Good morning, my beautiful souls. It is time for a new story. It is time for a new story. This story is something else. This story was a little bit more spooky. Do you know Carlos Castaneda? If not, well, you're missing something. Amazing books, full of stories you won't believe. And in those books, Don Juan, the shaman, is talking about the death, and that your death is your best advisor. And I remember the part when I was reading it, and I decided to take a break. It was night. I went to the window. I looked outside. I was observing the stars, the silence. And in the corner of my eye, I saw something sitting on the roof. When I looked there, nothing was there. I looked forward, and in the corner of my eye, there was still sitting this shadow. Because I was reading couple minutes before about the death is your best advisor. I had just had this idea, maybe it's my death. So I started to talk with it. I couldn't really hear it. The only thing I was able to see is that it was able to understand me, because I was usually in the time when I wasn't able to communicate telepathically with higher beings. I used to ask them questions because I was able to see them, yes or no, and then they were moving, yes or no, as we do. So it was kind of very interesting way of communication. And the same thing I did with the shadow. And the shadow, it was sitting there very relaxed, like, yeah, like what? Like someone laying in a hammock on a sunny day, completely relaxed. And so this shadow on the roof, it was fascinating, surprising, but it was there. And after a couple of minutes of talking to the shadow, I went inside and I thought, oh, well, it seems I was just talking with my death. Maybe with my death self, or however you want to call it. And then I got a kind of a weird feeling. As I mentioned in my last video, whenever you face something that is not normal in human eyes, normal for, it's not something daily. In the moment you experience it, there is no fear. In the moment it goes away, it seems like then your mind starts to doubt or worry or anything like this. And because our thoughts are creating our reality, well, if you start to think about worries, about fears, you will start to feel it. Okay, guys, that was the story for Sunday. The only thing I have to do for today, because I take a break, you know. I did the last 2 weeks so many things, so many things. I've grown so much, and I'm so thankful for everything that happened to me. And now it's time for a little break, and we see us tomorrow.